A transgender character, Hyun-ju, caused a lot of noise due to not a real trans person playing the character. We are going to talk about why they didn't cast a real trans person and who is the man that plays Hyun-ju. Hyun-ju is played by Park Sung-hoon. He is quite known in the K-drama world as he starred in one of the biggest K-dramas, like The Glory and Queen of Tears. He is now on top of his career, but his pathway to stardom wasn't an easy one. Park Sung-hoon, the youngest son with two older sisters, was born on February 18, 1985, in Gwacheon, Gyeonggi-do. He faced financial hardships during his upbringing. His father lost his job during the IMF, which pushed his family into extreme poverty when he was in high school. He relayed one particularly painful anecdote that put his parents' situation into proper perspective for him. Sung-hoon recalled that during his military service, he was able to take his first day off in 8 months and excitedly called his mother. Instead of the expected joyous reaction, she was somewhat troubled and asked him, "Sung-hoon, can you not take the day off?" Explaining the reason behind her request, Sung-hoon's mother told him that she and his father were surviving off of just kimchi and water. If Sung-hoon visited home, she wouldn't be able to offer him even the smallest amount of pocket money, which was unacceptable to her. That phone call made Sung-hoon really close to home as he was left shocked at how badly his parents were struggling with money. "After the phone call, I think I cried a lot," he recalled. After graduating, Park worked in the theater. He was also doing odd jobs to make a living. He spent about 8 to 9 months in the theater company, and while he enjoyed the stage work, he found it frustrating. He had to work part-time until late at night, sleep in the theater, and couldn't secure a role due to teachers and senior actors receiving priority. He also only earned 50,000 won in total for those 9 months. Following his departure from the theater company, Sung-hoon secured minor roles in the films A Frozen Flower in 2008 and John Woo-chi, The Taoist Wizard in 2009. Even after his film debut in 2008, Sung-hoon endured a 3.5-year period without any acting opportunities. After joining an agency, Sung-hoon's opportunities remained limited. In the span of a year and a half, he only auditioned 3 times, which left him feeling disheartened about his career prospects. In 2009, he applied for the KBS voice actor recruitment test but failing in the final interview. To survive, he took on part-time employment at a concert hall, assuming the roles of both an announcer and a merchandise vendor. He frequently received business cards by chance, which led to many meetings. Fortunately, Sung-hoon crossed paths with the Shownote team leader, who connected him with people in the theater industry. Then he performed in theater and kept auditioning for roles and was able to get small roles in television series. Shortly after, Sung-hoon joined the 5th season of the popular play Rooftop Room Cat, for which over 1,000 actors applied. Despite the fierce competition ratio of 150 to 1, Sung-hoon was selected for the titular role of Lee Kyung-min. Until 2018, he kept working hard, appearing many dramas but none of them really brought much attention. But in 2018 he got a lead role in Gonjiam, Haunted Asylum, which gained him recognition. The film proved to be a surprise box office hit, drawing in 2.6 million viewers. And since then he was able to build his career bigger and bigger, which led him to be cast in Squid Game. Hyun-ju is a former Special Forces soldier and a transgender woman who joins the game because she is short on money for her gender-affirming surgery. While she encounters prejudice from other contestants, she manages to show incredible strength and decisiveness throughout the competition. Once it was revealed that Park Sung-hoon is going to play a transgender woman, people were really upset. Many felt that the role should have gone to an actual transgender actress. People in the quotes insisting that it totally makes sense to cast a cis man for this role because she's trying to fund her gender-affirming surgery. No, it doesn't. Transition is more than the surgery, and Park Sung-hoon isn't doing any of it. Cast a trans actress. So instead of giving the role to an actual transgender person, could have gave it to a real trans person. Hear me out. Or they could actually hire a trans actor. Due to backlash, Squid Game director spoke out. I did anticipate such discussions to arise from the first moment I began creating the character Hyun-ju. When we researched in Korea, there are close to no actors that are openly trans, let alone openly gay, because unfortunately in the Korean society currently the LGBTQ community is rather still marginalized and more neglected, which is heartbreaking. It was near impossible to find someone who we could cast authentically, and that led us to the decision to cast Sung-hoon. I have watched his work ever since his debut, and I had complete trust in him that he would be the right person in terms of talent in portraying this character. In another interview with The Wrap, Hwang added, "She's a person who got hurt a lot by social discrimination and prejudice. And there are many incidents in Korea where transgender people suffered prejudice and discrimination. Because I do know all the incidents, and I also have personal memories, and also on top of that, like, social incidents, but I wanted to emphasize the fact that even so, even if she is transgender, she has the inner beauty in herself as a human. That's true, that any actor would be putting themselves at risk for accepting the role, as South Korea is still a conservative society, and members of the LGBTQ+ community often face homophobia, transphobia, etc. For instance, BL, boy love, K-drama, Love in the Big City, and its actors have recently been facing homophobic protests and attacks. For a transgender woman to have accepted the role, they would not have to have undergone gender-affirming surgery but out themselves to the world and endure transphobia. And many people who knows how Korea is, they defended Squid Game director. To all this saying they should get real trans person. While I get these comments, I really do, I just want to say that this discourse comes up every time someone plays a queer and or trans person. This is a Korean show that takes a tiny step forward to showing representation. If we only had trans and queer people play these roles, we probably wouldn't have a huge part of the representation we have gotten in media over the last 8 decades. Some of your favorite queer characters were played by cis people. Even though getting an actual trans actress would have been even better, as a trans person I'm excited to see this character and am looking forward to the actor's performance. Can't they give this role to an actual trans woman? These people don't read or actually go anywhere else apart from America. It's South Korea and they ain't that flexible in this trans or LGBTQ thingy. Where do you want to find a trans woman, especially in the industry? Still, many people were mad after this. However, since the premiere of the season, there have been quite many positive reactions to Sung-hoon's acting. Many of his fans took over social media showering all kinds of praise upon him for his portrayal of Hyun-ju. Many people admired his sensitivity and depth in his role. One fan posted, "Here's an appreciation tweet for Park Sung-hoon for playing this role so gracefully and standing out as the bravest and the best. My girl, you are so loved." Another one said, "Player 120 is my favorite in Squid Game too." They've actually created a good background and character development for her, and Park Sung-hoon portrayed her effectively, as expected. Many viewers pointed out how Hyun-ju's character, initially judged by others in the game, ultimately became one of the most compelling figures of the season. One fan said, "Player 120 is the only character I rooted for. She actually helped her team win a game and assisted in executing their plan at the end. She was judged at first, but she was quite the game changer." Others talk about how much they have been touched by the whole character journey and how Park Sung-hoon made Hyun-ju's story unforgettable. Not only the performance of Park Sung-hoon, but people also appreciate the tight storyline and deep character development. As well, people were touched by Sung-hoon's words about Hyun-ju. Hyun-ju is a former Special Forces soldier and a transgender woman. She joins the game because she's short on money for her gender-affirming surgery. Even though she faces prejudice and tough situations, she shows incredible strength, decisiveness, and natural leadership. Through her resilience, she breaks down stereotypes and shines as an inspiring character. The way Park Sung-hoon talks about his Squid Game 2 character. But what are your thoughts on all this? Thank you for watching and see you next time.